Okay, y'all, episode 27. Everybody's mad. Mad. Big mad. So Taylor's super pissed about the way Alondra talked to him. And he was saying how only his mom and somebody else ever talked to him that way. Like he has a real problem with the way she talked to him. And that's probably why he had like the Home Alone face on. But anyway, he's telling the guys that. Alondria's telling the girl, she's like, I feel like I stood on a whole bunch of business. And they were like, you handled yourself well. She's like, I tried. And for me, I don't know. I still, like I still feel like they never had a connection. So all this, I don't know. To me, I can't get past her not seeing that. I mean, now she's talking like she's seen it. Like she's telling Taylor, she's like, I don't think you understand. I put time into him, and she's like, Taylor's like, I understand.
I kept
And then
calling Clark
she
Taylor. My
says
bad.
she says to Clark, open your eyes and see how he is. She's like, everything that we've done up to this far has been like, F me. But and then there's little things in between that he does that are nice, but everything else is like F me. And she was like, I want you to open your eyes to see the type of person he is. Well, actually, he could, because he was that way with you, Alondra, doesn't mean he's that way with Taylor. Now, I will say I don't really think he's into Taylor or into Taylor's into Clark that much either, and I honestly don't think Clark's that into Taylor. But anyway, that's neither here nor there because their situation is different than hers. So it's just crazy to me how she's trying to tell Clark to open her eyes when hers, I guess they've just been opened, and he had to flat out say to her he picks Clark for her to realize that. So like Alondria just comes off as this, and I liked Alondria. I still like her, I guess, but she comes off as this person who has her head on straight and knows what's going on, but she really doesn't. But she appears that way. So her telling Clark to open her eyes to me was laughable. The the shots they keep going to Huda are kind of funny. She's pissed. Um, Amaya keeps going through with these goofy men. Zach trying to explain himself, but honestly, I can't understand a word he says, but it doesn't matter anyway because it's all BS because he did not need to chime in and pile up on Amaya after everybody else did. No one cares. So Huda's sitting there mad, or hurt or whatever. But I don't know if they tell them, afterwards, you have to sit and kind of have a conversation so we can get footage. But the fact that she sat there and didn't say anything, and then Amaya got up and was trying to say to her, we don't want you to feel alone. And she's like, I don't feel like I have anybody. I don't trust anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. And then she gets up and leave. Like, why didn't she just get up and leave? Why didn't she just not go over there in the first place? Because it's giving, I want some attention, but I don't want attention. So anyway, but they probably tell them they have to have some sort of conversation, but I don't know. It just seemed a little performative. Like I know she's hurt. She genuinely is hurt and her feelings are hurt, but I don't know. It was okay. Shelly and Alondria talk. Alondria is just talking about how shocked she was about Taylor and his decision and how that's over and how she did everything she could, blah, blah, blah. Now, Shelly's talking about Ace. And maybe I'm starting to get what Shelly's talking about because Ace was saying he wanted to be open. And now that and so they are exploring and she can't figure why he's so mad. She said he's doing all these grand gestures which she likes, but they're still open. So I think their problem is communication for sure, because she wants him to say let's be closed off, and he hasn't said let's be closed off. And so she's exploring now he's mad, I guess, but they need to hurry up and figure out something because I'm over their little situation. I think, and I'm wondering if Ace didn't want to close off so soon because the whole game aspect of it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. They need to do something. Also, when the guys were talking, and it was Taylor talking to, I think, Pepe, and he was saying how he had already told Alondria that, how he felt about Clark. And so he was confused as to why she was acting that way because he had told her already, which he did. Poor Maya. Chris telling Zach he didn't deserve that. Yeah, you did deserve it because there was a time and a place and you picked the wrong time. Here we find out Hood is the one who gave the question to Pepe about Hannah, and she asked Chris not to say anything. And for once, I really think nobody will find out because Chris isn't probably going to say anything. It's the next morning, and Ace reluctantly made Shelly pancakes or made her breakfast. Gets up. She's eating breakfast, and it was like an awkward silence in the room. And gets up and leaves, and everybody looks so confused that she left. I'm not sure why they were all so confused. It's the next day, and he's still mad. Pepe was trying to relate, but like Pepe talking about Hannah, nobody cares. He honestly he should have left when Hannah left. These two talk. Alondria honestly looks like a Barbie doll. She looks like a real life Barbie doll. But anyway, these two talk, and Huda's telling her how she felt and how she felt like she didn't have anyone. And the whole time, Alondria was like, and to me, it gave, I don't, I'm having this conversation because we need to have this conversation, but you're still wrong. Like I don't know. That's just what I was getting out of it. Nevertheless, they made up, hugged, and said, "We're sisters. I love you," and all that. Zach pulls a Maya for a chat. Grayson was funny because she's like, I just know he's just looking at him over there. I know the kind of stuff he's saying. I just want to go push him in the pool. I mean, it seemed like the conversation was going to go okay, but then it took a turn when he told her that he didn't want to kiss her. He let her kiss him. He didn't really want to. He wasn't comfortable. And first of all, okay, well, maybe he's just so you picked her to stay in the villa or whatever, because when you first met Alondria, you asked her for a kiss, and that was when you first met her. So you can't say you're not comfortable kissing when you first meet someone. Just say what it is, right? And so she was like, "That's insane." And she said, what did she say to him? She said, "You're actually an odd individual." I thought that was funny. And she got up and left, and and they did not end on good terms. And he was like, "Okay, fine, whatever." But he could have kept that little talk, because what? So Pepe breaks it off with Grayson, and she's really hurt. Like, he was basically saying there's no point, or there's no spark, and that was that. I like this conversation. I can't remember who pulled who. I think Amaya pulled Brian, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I like that she talked. She said she thanked him for defending her, and he was saying, like when he spoke up, when they were all piling up on her, saying, in the Hispanic culture, we're just like that. I really thought that was cute. And when they started this conversation, I was like, oh, it's just like a friend thing, and they're not gonna. She's just thanking him, and he did say to her that there are things about her that he likes. I don't know if he's serious or not. I mean, I would hope he was, but they would be cute, but I don't see it for them. But he made her feel like this, so I like that for her. She just said that talk was a good talk for her, and I'm sure she needed that, because they are crazy the way they are with her. Like, I get it, but okay, don't beat a dead horse. If you don't like her personality, you don't like her personality. And everybody doesn't have to keep telling her that. This talk, I don't know. It came off the whole Huda constantly apologizing, and I don't know. They made amends, but Shelly was just saying she thought it was weird how, and I can understand her like saying, like, if Huda says she brought him back for her, for Shelly, but she's pursuing him. But from what I remember, Huda always said that she did say that she liked him. I don't know if she was like putting it on a little thicker, that she wanted it to be for Shelly, but this conversation, Huda started apologizing once again. And Shelly, to me, I feel like Shelly has, I don't think she has a lot of self-awareness, in situations. And I think that she's overreacting a little bit as far as the Chris situation. I think she's probably used to having men all over her, I guess. And when Chris seems to like Huda more than her, I think it's a problem for her. But that's just my opinion. Taylor talks to Clark about what went on last night. They're happy with each other. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, come back for part 2.